That, as a matter of fact, it went to a draw. If you can wait just a second, we'd like for you to watch some of the highlights and watch this, friends, some great, incredible wrestling right here.
Charles hanging with the bridge, and as Billy went up, look at a monkey flip. Takes him over, has his shoulders down, but he gets pulled off of there. Robinson caught, shifted around, may have it. No, and look at the moves by these two wrestlers. Look at that Robinson. He just wheels him around. Robinson deceptively strong, we've said. Boy, count of one. And Robinson makes the turn. It's hard, one. The referee getting a 1.5, and they are really converting here. Billy Robinson kicked and caught, and Charles back into the corner. Back up, but Robinson, and on top, straight over. Nice. Look at Tony Charles. Both wrestlers. We're down now to 15 seconds of wrestling time, or there about it. And Robinson with that backbreaker. Oh, man. 1, 2, and Tony escapes it. 10 seconds to go. Think we've got a draw right here. Robinson drops him down once again. Count of 1. He may have it, but Charles kicks out. Go, John. And that's going to be it. The bell time, 10 minutes in time, and the bout is going to end in a draw between Tony Charles and Billy Robinson. One more, 10 minutes time on the bout between Charles and Robinson.
Sensational match, I got to say that. But again, I want to repeat, Billy, no doubt about it. You got all the credentials, you got the title and everything else. You're a great wrestler. Tony Charles amazed me with his speed. I was astounded you couldn't beat him. It ended up in a draw, Billy, and
you really want me to answer?
Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm wondering what your comments about not being able to beat Tony Charles.
Well, the first thing, basically, Tony Charles, as far as I'm concerned, should be the junior heavyweight champion. How he lost the title is, you can't cry over spilt milk, but to me, he is the best junior heavyweight around in the world today, bar none. Both physically, strength-wise, conditioning, and knowledgeable, and a super chap. Welshman. I've got nothing bad to say about the man, but really, when it all boils down to it, he is still a junior heavyweight. Now, junior doesn't mean in age, it just means in weight. And Tony may be the greatest of the little men around in the world. But when you put a big man against a little man, the big man of the same ability is always going to win. You know, I'm really, and that's what...
Well, you didn't, though.
Okay, I didn't, well, because it was a 10-minute
time.
Okay, it's like chess. You go out and beat a man, to try and beat a man in 3 moves. And maybe in 3 moves you can't beat him, but in 5 moves, you get the job done. In other words, you can beat the man if you had those 2 extra moves. If I'd had that extra 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no matter how, over the long haul, the weight difference is going to tell. And he's just going to fade away.
In a longer match, then you're saying Billy Robinson would have beaten Tony Charles?
Without a doubt. I'm the world heavyweight champion, and I want to say this to all my fans here. You know, there's a lot of people out here that give disparaging remarks, a lot of people that give vulgar hand signs when I go into the ring, and that's great. That just shows their ignorance. And some of the genuine wrestling fans that understand the sport of wrestling, of which I believe that I'm pretty good, appreciate me. But my feelings have always been the same. I don't really care what anybody thinks about me on the outside. Because when I go into the ring, I go in the ring with one thing in mind, and that is to win. And I am going to win because I am a winner. And it's not just in this area. I've just come back from Japan where I won a big trophy. I was going to bring it down today, and I didn't want to show it.
I had heard about it, and I congratulate you.
Well, thank you very much. But seriously, I'm going to be wrestling in Texas. I've got to go to Chicago next week. I've got to go to Mexico. I defend this title all over the world, not just in one little area. And the people around the world appreciate Billy Robinson for his performance in the ring, because when I go in the ring, I give it my fullest. And if anybody beats me in the ring, it's because they are a better man on the night. But they're only on the night because nobody is a better man than me. over the long haul, as I said before.
I, again, say you're the world heavyweight champion. I would like to see a little longer match between Billy Robinson and Tony Charles. I don't think it's as automatic as you indicate that the big man is going to always beat the little man in those elements.
Oh, listen, you put Max Baer against Mickey Walker or Muhammad Ali against Sugar Ray Leonard, just the same thing. It's just little men.
Okay.
Nice little men, a very talented little man. Just little men.
Well, there it is, a champion with lots of confidence in himself, and he's got reason, too. He holds the world heavyweight title. It was a highlight in Wrestling Championship Wrestling. Cameras caught. We wanted you to see it. We got more of it. We'll be back right after we take time out for this. Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens, Jerry the King Lawler faces the universal heartthrob Austin Idol, the latest of the Jimmy Hart assassins. Jerry, the stipulation that is provided on this bout for Jimmy Hart, explain it to me. I don't understand it.
Well, you can read it right there, Lance. It says Jimmy Hart's gold record is at stake. Now, let me explain it to the people out here so they can understand. You know, Jimmy Hart's gone a call all around the country, and he's looking for some big, mean, tough wrestler that thinks they can put me back out of wrestling, because that's what Hart wants. And he's called in the Dream Machine, he's called in Paul Ellering, and now he's called in Austin Idol. Well, Hart thinks that I'm just going to be tickled to death to jump in the ring and wrestle all of these clowns and then not get a shot at him. You know, it was fine when I wrestled Ellering or the Dream Machine, because if I beat him, I was going to get my hands on Jimmy Hart. But he went to the promoters and said, no more, I'm not getting in the ring with Lawler anymore. Well, I want to hurt Hart, and I intend to do it either physically or mentally. And you know, I realized, and I knew full well, that there's one thing that is so more important to Hart than his own physical well-being. And because I know it is, because he talked about it while we were together, that's all I heard day in and day out. I'll give the devil his due. Back in 1966, he got a gold record with Keep On Dancing, him and the Gentry. And he's got that gold record, and he's so proud of it, hanging on his wall. Well, I told Eddie Marlin to get in touch with Hart, and if I'm going to wrestle Austin Idol, who is the man that put me in the hospital 3 times with a broken hand, almost blinded me with internal bleeding, then if I beat him, I'm going to get Hart's gold record. And, buddy, this is one match that this is going to be the biggest match of the year in Louisville, Kentucky for me, because, Idol, I hate your guts almost as bad as I hate Jimmy Hart. I'm going to show you what the inside of the Louisville hospital looks like. And after I beat you, Idol, I'm going to take Jimmy Hart's gold record that's so precious to him. You know, there's already some gold at the bottom of that Ohio River, and we're going to see if that record of yours will float, Hart, because that's where I'm going to throw it when I win it up there Tuesday.
Tuesday night, be there. Okay, we're back right here, Championship Wrestling. And by golly, we've got a tag team championship, not championship, a tag team match coming up there with Tojo Yamamoto and the handsome Jimmy Valiant in a bout that they should be victorious on. Well, there he is, the erstwhile top 10 manager, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy,
oh, God,
you are really joyous.
That's great. Excuse me, Mr. Russell, I'm so happy to be here from Mexico City. I'll give it 100%. Man, Hector Guerrero looks like he's got infectious hepatitis. Where'd he leave his muscles? Back in Mexico City? And he's going to go against the Dream Machine, the greatest professional athlete in the world.
They're meeting in the quarterfinals, Jimmy, obviously.
Man, does he know the Dream Machine weighs 72 pounds more than him? Does he realize that?
He does outweigh Hector.
Oh,
but that's
man, I
nothing
think it's like Billy Robinson summed up a while ago, as much as I hate to admit it. A good big man can beat a good little man any day of the week, man. Hector, please, do me a favor. Please, don't come down there, man, because I'm telling you, he's going to eat you up like a hot burrito, baby, because the Dream Machine is the greatest athlete in the world. You people over there know that the Dream Machine is the greatest in the world, and I'm going to prove it to the world because I'm the greatest manager in the world. And that's all I've got to say, baby, and when he wins it, I'm going to take him to all the towns, all over everywhere, and the people are going to have such a pleasure to see the greatest athlete.
I'm sure that the Dream Machine is continuing to have some comments about Jerry the King Lawler in there, because that was one he didn't win.
No
and he was
sweat.
bigger than Lawler.
I have got a master plan, and the Dream Machine will be the greatest professional athlete in the world and my champion. And that's all I got to say, Russell.
Good. That's fine with me. Jimmy Hart making some comments about his man, the Dream Machine. Okay, we got this tag match, Dave. I had to call it the way I see it. This is one that Tojo and Handsome Jimmy ought to win. They're going against a couple of young fellows that are not as big and not as experienced. But
Handsome Jimmy's ready. And hitting that bell. I've seen some matches. Well, go ahead.
It's going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing at a total weight of 387 pounds over on the right-hand side of the screen as we see him in the ring. It will be Tom Maley from Memphis. Well, Handsome Jimmy's on both sides of the ring along with Tojo. Their opponents, though, Tom Maley and David Price, both from Memphis, Tennessee. And at 469 pounds total weight from Japan, Tojo Yamamoto. And from New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant. That is referee Jerry Calhoun you're looking at. This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit tag team match.
Okay. Jackets off. We haven't got the shade off yet. There come the shades. Handsome Jimmy, Tojo Yamamoto, Tom Maley will be starting over there. David Price on the outside. Tojo starting on this side. And here we go. It's a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Maley coming out. The young fella moves in quick, rolls Tojo over and down. Yamamoto irritated by the fact that he again was caught.